This is Journey with Catching Up with AI. Today, I'm going to make a video talking about the jobs that AI will replace in the next 5 years, 10 years. These jobs are at risk. So what are these jobs that AI can replace? First, truck drivers. People who just drive routes, the same routes all the time, and follow a schedule, follow a path. That's going to be completely automated soon. Right now, there's already trucks that are self-driving. There are vehicles that are self-driving. There have been a few accidents here and there, so I don't think it's going to be fully replaced, but it's making a lot of progress. Once they make all of those adjustments, so it's less dangerous for truck drivers and for people that are regularly driving. I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't feel too safe about driving with a bunch of cars that are self-driving, because the one thing about humans is at least we are adaptable. You know, if someone merges into our lane, we're able to hit our brakes really quick. We're able to shift out and then make split decisions. I'm not sure if AI is able to do that yet, where it's able to, if someone swerves into your lane, if you're able to hit the brakes or come up with the decision to maybe enter another lane to move out of the position. So although there have been so much progress with self-driving cars, self-driving trucks, I don't know how soon these positions are going to be replaced. And with the recent news of some people dying in some Tesla self-driving cars, there's going to be a lot of ethical decisions that comes out of it, especially if more people get injured while testing these self-driving cars. So who knows, if there's more accidents involved with these self-driving cars, the business of self-driving cars may just end right there. You know, we all may just agree that it's too dangerous. We don't trust these self-automated automobiles on the road, and we much rather, I don't even feel safe. I don't know if I'm driving next to a self-driving car. What if it just glitches or it swerves in and hits my car? Who knows? Okay, another one is voice animators, voiceovers, anything that you use your voice in. There's already so many AI tools like 11 Labs. You know, you've seen all of those AI generated YouTube videos already with the AI generated voice. Soon they already have some very impressive AIs that have really realistic tones and mannerisms, that they're able to talk really well, very human-like. They can give a lot of character. They can even inhale sometimes and breathe. I've heard some that inhale and cough, which is kind of scary, because why in the road would AI need to inhale and cough for? You know, just to make it more realistic. No, we don't need that. That's kind of scary if you're able to replace voice acting, animated voice actors like that. And moving on from that, building off of that, AI could also replace musicians and singers to an extent. You know, maybe it's not as creative as some musicians and artists we have now, and there's definitely not enough passion behind the voice compared to a real person. But I feel like there are a lot of music that are just AI generated now that are pretty close to what we have. Sometimes they would just take very familiar melodies and just put a new spin on it. So it's not super creative, but there's tons of it out there now that it could make music. And maybe if the AI gets really good, it'll become full-fledged music artists and musicians in 5 or 10 years to come. Another job career building off of voice actors are animations, animators. Ever since, we've all seen it, Sora 2, where you're able to put just characters together and create a animation that's anime-like, that's Pixar-like. What are these animators who spend 5 to 10 hours drawing themselves, animating all of these things? They just can't keep up with that kind of production. And even movie studios now, some have already started using AI in their movies. It's very brief, but to just touch up here and there. And I won't be even surprised if later on, just everything's going to be using some AI, or at least a portion, or some of it, if not full-fledged AI animated shorts, videos, movies. We already have some of that now. And building off of that, off of entertainment, right? Recently, there have been actors, AI actors, that have been hired by Hollywood, and it's caused a bunch of controversy in Hollywood with big stars all being very against this for obvious reasons. They don't want AI to be, taking over their jobs. The AI is probably much like adaptable for if you're telling AI, hey, I want you to do this, do that, act like this, act like that. Like, what's the point of hiring $1 million actor if you can just have AI actors now? Like, even background actors, like those guys could all be replaced by AI. You don't even have to hire real people in your background shots anymore. That's kind of scary. That's a scary thought. Like, I think the one difference is still that, like, I don't know how well AI actors are at expressing emotions, giving passion as much as acting. But we've seen from animation that some animated characters are able to elicit more emotion than, real life. So that's the appeal of some animations, that they're able to elicit emotions. Compare, like, anime Lion King with the live action Lion King, right? The animated Lion King, the classic, had so much more emotion and life and character than the live action Lion King. So even if AI does get really good, realistic looking, I don't know, I feel like people are more drawn to what's real emotions and passion. So another thing, AI, I'm not sure if AI can fully replace medical research, medical positions that are just research based, not as face-to-face communication, because I feel like face-to-face communication, that's something you can never replace. Like, I'd much rather see a person doctor than an AI doctor. I don't think that's something like a lot that we need to worry about too much yet, because I feel like most people still prefer to be talking to a real person who can empathize with them, and you need empathy, some type of moral in medical discipline. You need that. You cannot replace morals, ethics, empathy with AI. They just don't feel it. But they do a really good job at researching, modeling, testing, things like that. So medical research is getting replaced. Could be replaced. Another thing, office jobs, like easy office jobs, data entry jobs, things that you just use Excel for. Those things are definitely going to be automated soon. Things that accounting, banking, those kind of things where you're just typing in numbers, getting data, extracting data, moving data. Like, even I'm trying to figure out things for my company on how to automate different data entries, timesheets, stuff like that. So those things, they're a risk, 100%. Waiters, food service, people who are taking orders. If you go to some restaurants, the other day I went to Sichuan Chinese food, right? And they had an automated cat deliver food, and you can order food from the touchscreen too. Some people probably still prefer to be talking to a person, get service from a person, but some people, if they don't have time, they would go order from an AI chatbot through a drive-through, order online, order on an iPad, and then just get food like that. So food service at risk. Other things that could be at risk, anything that like require manual labor. Like, you already see so many factories replacing people in the automobile industry, in the packaging industry, like packaging, stocking, taking things off trucks, putting them here, delivering services. All of those things are soon enough going to be automated once AI becomes physical AI. Because right now I feel like still most of our AI is virtual, right? I feel like 70% of AI is still virtual right now, tools online, and only 30% of AI has been implemented into physical, like self-driving robots, robotics, drones, those kind of stuff. But when we're making progress and we're able to integrate virtual and physical AIs together, that is when it gets a little scary, because we're going to have situations where the robot's going to be able to do tasks better than us physically now. They could be better drivers than us. They could be better martial artists than us. They could be better, packaging, storing, all of these different things. If they grasp a sense of the physical world, they could be better at us, and we could end up in a Terminator-like situation. They tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. Another career that's going to get replaced are authors, writers, journalists, newspaper publishers, anything that involves writing, because just think about it right now. Most of us already use AI to help us with our writing. I'm terrible at writing, so I use AI to help me write better emails, better stories, better content in general. It's all through, I use AI all the time for that. And so while AI might not be able to replace like top writers with tons of human experience in life and are able to put together things like that, but think about it right now. AI is already outpacing a majority of us in our writing abilities when it comes to grammar, punctuation, the style of writing. So yeah, this is just some of the ideas that I had of the jobs that are at risk of being replaced by AI. Let me know what other jobs you guys think are at risk, or give me some reasons why you don't think I mentioned some good ones. Give me some reasons why you disagree. Let me know if you disagree with some of the choices I made. I'm pretty sure I missed so many other job options, but make more videos in the future explaining other jobs that are at risk. But these are just a few that I had at the top of my head. If you like videos like this about AI news, how it's changing our world, changing the future, subscribe to Catching Up with AI.